Hello, hello, everyone. It's good to see you. This is exciting. We've got an interesting show for you tonight. And doing a little something different because a lot of people last week were asking how the eclipses affect people. And so Lalit has a very special show ready for you. I just want to call out and say, Marby, you won the cookie again. You won the cookie, and congratulations, Venus. Good to see you. And Cynthia, did you get the book, Venus, that I sent you? I hope so. Um, and we've got Cynthia's here, SR is here, Donna Oritz is here. Oh gosh, I just want to say hello. CJ, I know that Sandra. Oh, good to see you. Maria is grateful. Charlie, Sage of Fire. Donna Oritz again. Rose is here. Oh, so we have, I don't want to take a whole lot of time. Hi, Mary Thornberry. I want to just say hello to everybody. I really appreciate you coming. And Donna O'Brien, good. Maureen, thank you so much. So we've got she has a big presentation, so I'm going to sign off. But if there's time to do readings, then what I will do is ask you to type in the comment bar this hashtag eclipse, ECLIPSE. I had trouble spelling that. I had to ask Lalite. So if you can put hashtag eclipse, then we'll be ready to draw your name if we have time for readings. I'm not sure if we will, because this is a lot of juicy information. So I will remove this and I'll remove myself so our presentation can come. Lalite, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm going to start the timer. I'm going to try to keep on track today so I don't go over and I don't go blabbing and getting distracted. So we have a timer set so that we'll have at the end of what I'm doing, there'll still be time for Debra to do your readings for you. So I'm going to talk for about 5 minutes right now or less, generally speaking about what it is that we're going to cover so that you understand the whole procedure, and then give each chart a couple of minutes with the timer, and when time's up, like boom, so that we don't go over. So the purpose of today is not just how to understand eclipses, but we're going to use how to learn how to see eclipses in your chart as a general process that will be valid for any transit. Like if you want to see if you could use Saturn transit in the same way that we're going to treat the eclipse today. Any astrological transit can be processed and understood using the steps that we're going to take today. And you're going to see it with examples of 10 people's charts. And I've got them all set up and ready to go, boom, boom, boom. And I want to talk just a moment about eclipses in general. Eclipses are important because they create significant changes in society, in our culture, in humanity at large, and in your personal life. You will have changes occur that are significant and long-lasting and usually permanent. Not always, but they're long-lasting, certainly. One effect that eclipses have, and I think you'll say that you're noticing this happen. One thing that eclipses do is create a situation of the downfall of prominent people. That could be political, people in the entertainment industry or news industry, hate to say, but prominent people suddenly disappearing or suddenly rising to the top out of nowhere. As there's a star is born. So rising and falling of people. And the other thing is that, especially in this eclipse, more so than in others. Last week we talked about the 7 of Cups card. I don't have it handy, but you know, the little baubles and things, the cups that are up in the sky, and they represent things that could be fantasy or little fake diamonds or something, you know, the kind of gold you have in the White House. Oh, that's terrible. You know what I mean. not the real thing, a fake thing. And so in this eclipse, in even more than in others, because of the placement of Neptune and Saturn, which is deception and the unmasking of that deception, like in The Wizard of Oz, when they pull the screen down and they see the faker in there. Oh, it's not the orange tangerine, but it's someone like that that's just pretending and is unmasked. So this unmasking of deceitful things can happen in your own life in the same way. Deborah has an expression she uses about relationships. She calls him the low down cheating daddy or something like that. I'm not, it's something like that she says. You know what I mean? We've had this experience. We could be maybe really in love with someone and just not see what everyone else is seeing because we're so taken away by our heart and we're not seeing the reality. And when it comes to us, we go, oh my God, and shut the door, and then everything is different from that day. Well, that's the unmasking that can occur in other areas of life too. You might find out you've been swindled by a banker, or your mortgage was defrauded. That happened to me. That's how I lost 2 houses, not just one. But you can discover things that are real facts in your life, or you can discover things about your own belief system, because sometimes you can have beliefs that are inside of you, that are things that you got as a child. They're in your subconscious because they were your parents' beliefs that they taught you, and you don't even recognize that you're carrying these around. And you need to do deep dive into your own thoughts, because if you're having trouble with your manifestation, that's for sure but the cause of it, or likely to be the cause of it. And so this process that we're doing for the eclipse, you can use in other things, and you're going to see. So grab your chart if you have it. If not, get a pencil and paper. And 3, 2, 1. That was my 5 minutes, huh? We're right on time. Okay, now I'm going to dismiss that thing, and we're going to start it with, in a minute. I have the charts all lined up, but I'm going to show you the house position. I send this out to everybody as a handout. These are the axis for the eclipse because they occur in a straight line. So if it involves the first house, it will also involve the 7th house, and we'll go around the zodiac as a pair of signs in your horoscope and where they are according to house position, because it's the house position that shows the affairs in your daily life, your daily routine, like your health or your career or your children or your money. The affairs of your life each have a house that represents that. And where the eclipse happens, that's boom, where you want to make the observations. So we're going to dive into it. And the first chart that we're going to look at is done that way because it's going to involve that first house. The first house is the house of self. See that word self? That's the key word. And it will involve the other axis, relationships and partnerships. So the opposite of self, your relationships. So the person who had their eclipse in that location is Venus, and this is Venus's chart. Now, you'll notice I have tried to mask any personal details. I finally came up with a system to do that. And so I'm not revealing any personal details that should not be revealed. So Venus has Pisces in the first house. And Pisces is where this eclipse occurred. The moon is in Pisces. The north node is in Pisces. So that shows where she is looking to for the future, where her future is going. The past of this eclipse is the north node in Virgo. So she has been in the past involved with a lot of anxiety and worry about relationships. Her relationships have not been going well. Maybe she was really obsessive and really doing things that were not promoting healthy relationships for herself, because her self-interests were being ignored and she needs more attention being paid to her own self-love, to love herself more than taking care of the men or other partners in her life. She's been dedicating lots of service, Virgo, in the seventh house. Virgo, she's been serving, helping, trying to cater to, obsessing over, worrying about, having anxiety, and spending all her time communicating with the partners that she's had. Those be personal in love and also in business. I forgot to start the timer. I set it at 2 and I didn't start it. So we'll start it now. I got to figure out how to do that. Sorry about that. Anyway, so she's looking at changing the way she's dealing with relationships and going toward self-love. The first house represents the self, but also your field of action, personal initiative, your personality, character type, outlook on life. The lens through the rest of the chart is focused her physique, early childhood, destiny in the making. She has Venus in the first house. What a coincidence. And she has all kinds of planets ruled by Venus. So she is a person that you can be sure is very beautiful, very kind of flamboyantly beautiful, because she has Uranus as her ruler of her assistance. So she's creative, weird, unusual, different, and definitely make an impression on you, and is not afraid of change or being eccentric. So those things are a boost her creativity and her artistic sense, all of her Venus activities of being an artist, whether it's taking care of her physical beauty as an artist or doing painting or music or dance. I don't know what it is that she does, but to her artistic pursuits and love of self are where she should be focusing, and then the relationship thing will solve itself and proceed in a healthier way than it has in the past. And that represents the 1 and 7 axis. And whenever you have transits in the first house and the seventh house, you will look at it in that way. If the transit is Saturn, then that's restriction and problems and obstacles. If it's Uranus, expect sudden changes. And in her horoscope, she has Saturn in the second house. So she's having restriction of money flow and some kind of deception, some kind of problems with money. Don't go investing at this time. And her Uranus is in the fourth house, some changes in the home situation or family problems, mood swings and pendulum swings in the family, fourth house. So that is how you look at an eclipse that involves your first house and your seventh house. And now we're going to go to we had 2 people for the third house, and the first of which is going to be Rose. Rose, and I'm setting the timer. Okay. Rose. So Rose is got the second house and the 8th house involved. And in any horoscope, everybody's horoscope, the affairs of life are the single word, keyword to help you is value for the second house. Value. What do you value? So all of these subcategories of the second house, the particulars will relate to value. It could, lots of people consider money the thing of value. If it's your Donald Trump, it's got to be gold, gold, gold. But some people have other kinds of things that they value, not just worldly goods, and it could be that. So a sense of values, earned income, basic security, money and worldly goods, physical substance of the body, the desire to accumulate personal resources. And that is in contrast with the 8th house, which is the house ruled by Scorpio, transformation, where you have renewal and release. This is investments and other people's money. Elimination, regeneration, expenditures. This is death and legacies, other people's possessions of money, business, corporation, stock market, taxes. It's also sex and regeneration. research when it's transformative, restoration, psychoanalysis, partners, resources, other people's money, inheritances, and insurance, and other people's money like mortgages and your investment income, stuff like that. So in Rose's horoscope, and she is screen number oh my goodness, number 4. There she is. Okay. She has got Neptune in her second house. And so that is a thing of being not clear and being foggy minded and not planning well enough for financial things is her problem. And she's a very generous person and kind of worries about money a lot and has a lot of anxiety. And so with Saturn there, you in Pisces, you've got to not worry about money, because when that where your energy flows, substance goes. So if you're worrying about not having money, then you're not going to have money. So you have to feel prosperity in your bones and feel that you have all the things that you need. Now, a good start in that is being grateful. Look around and just you do so much gratitude for what you have. More of those things that you're grateful for are going to come to you. And you notice that your 8th house is where the North Node is. So it's other people, or maybe you're worrying about legacies for other, thinking in terms of leaving a legacy for your family in the future, and that's a good thing for you to do now, to think about your legacy for the future. And you must give up worrying about money and focusing on stress and planning in a traditional way, and do more great gratitude and positive thinking will be more beneficial to you in the long run. All righty. And after Rose, we have Cynthia. And Cynthia also has the second house eclipse. And she has it in the same way that Rose had it. So her Pisces is in the 8th house. And her moon is there with her north node right on it. So she's heading there. There's Saturn and Neptune. All of that is in her 8th house, all crammed in together. And in that position in her natal chart, she has Mars in Aries. So the day of the eclipse and right around the period of the eclipse, you might have had some flare up, like somebody did something to you to really aggravate you, that made you really upset. And that is, you have to let other people's problems be theirs and not bear the burden of that. Cynthia, you are such a kind and loving person, and you let these things fluster you, and you need to let that one go. So that little problem you had around the eclipse of people in your life bothering you is something that you need to leave behind, because it is not important. It's important to your welfare to let that go and not continue to be having anxiety about that. And you also have that situation with a lot of anxiety and worry and trying to take care of everyone else rather than loving yourself. So, Cynthia, sweetheart, you've got Uranus in Gemini, which is in your 10th house. So you're going to having some good fortune, because it's approaching your part of fortune. You have some good aspects in the 10th house, which is your the way you're seen, that other people see you and your presentation to the world, and maybe even something different that you might do to make some money in terms of a career. There might be some unusual opportunities for you opening up that have never happened before, and looks like you could be doing some writing, maybe automatic writing or spirit communication, something of that nature, unusual that you have never done before for making money. So think about that. And now we're going to go to we're going to look at Marby, who is a third house chart. And here we go, Marby. And this is Marby's chart. And she has it, the eclipse affecting her axis of third and ninth houses. So let's look quickly. Third house, communication, is ruled by Gemini. That's also short trips. And the ninth house, higher learning, also higher philosophies. Sagittarius rules it. This is long trips. So Marby has those things in her horoscope, and let's look at that. Let's go to Marby again. Look at her chart. So here's Marby. Whoops. There we go. No, that's Rose. Excuse me. Okay. So this is Marby's chart, and you'll see that her Pisces is way down at the Imum Celi, the midnight point. This is the point of the interior of the soul, like the dark night of the soul in speaking. Pisces is also the last sign of the zodiac, and for her, it's in the midnight position. So this would have happened. This is right down in the place where you are talking about the house of your environment, communication, brothers, sisters, relatives, and neighbors, intellectual interests, early education, perception and speech, books, magazines and letters, publications, and short journeys. Now, so some short trips here and long trips, looking at your future. I think that you are also involving something with communication with the spirit world, because Pisces is intuition, developing your intuition and freeing yourself, because you do have this beautiful Venus and Jupiter thing up in the ninth house. This is where you have very good fortune and good luck, and you should focus on higher philosophies, and maybe think about planning some long adventure or a little adventure. And I used to take a lot of adventures, Jupiter things, and travel all around. Now I'm sort of too old for that, and I'm thinking I'm doing it now, astral traveling. And so you might look into lucid dreaming, astral traveling, dream journals, that kind of thing, to help you feel better. And you are the natural caregiver, taking care of all your family members. And so you need to let them go a little bit and do something to free yourself from that. And I suggest some kind of trips and journeys, whether they be internal or actual real journeys. All right, now we're going to go to Leanne, but before we go to Leanne, I have to say that, wait a minute, no, we'll do Leanne right now. She's a 4th, 10th. Now, for some reason, we got a mess of people, like 3 or 4 people that have the 4th, 10th house. So we'll spend a little bit of time explaining the 4th and 10th, because so many people have that. I don't know, it got a lot, but you'll notice the 4th axis is home and family. Are you seeing that screen? Yeah. 4th house is the house ruled by Cancer. It's home and family, and it's the field of heredity. So your legacy and heredity and your base of operations. So if wherever you park your body is like your home, counts like a home, and it's your psychological roots as home. Anything that surrounds, protects, and nourishes the self. Think of Cancer as the crab shell on the outside. It protects the tender, sensitive part on the inside of the crab, being a very delicate body. It needs something hard to protect it. So it's anything protecting and nourishing the self. This is the family and your racial traditions, your mother, Cancer, and the end of life and subconscious conditioning. Now, you might look here for those problems that everyone has. And this is true for everyone's chart. Look at your fourth house and see what you have there, and you'll get some clues about those subconscious beliefs that you might be unaware of that are blocking you, that you need to override. And this is your place of residence. Now, with the eclipse, we look at the opposite house, number 10. Number 10 says reputation. That's like your standing in the world. And it can be it's a career, if a worldly attainment, if your job is something like you're a stage actor, or you're a nuclear physicist, something that brings you out in public view. If you are in the service industry, that would be more in the job, the sixth area thing. So the 10th house is public standing, worldly attainment, what the world remembers you for, positions of authority, honor, prestige, fame, profession or career. Your father's house, because it's Saturn house, the father. So this, if you want to know information about your father, their affairs of state, large scale organizations. So lots of people, several people have this. And the first one that we're going to talk about is Leanne. And Leanne is here. And she has Pisces in the fourth house. And that is where her eclipse is heading. So notice that everyone's chart, I've circled where Saturn and Neptune go. That's that unmasking of things that are not true. Because in this eclipse, things that you may believe to be true and which are not really true can come crumbling down and falling. So, and looking to where you might be experiencing changes, Uranus is circled in light blue, and that for her is in the seventh house. So you can expect some changes. You've been already having, Uranus has been in this place for some years. It's 7 years in a house, and it's about to leave the seventh house. So your relationships have been in a big state of pendulum swings already. Now you have so many things up where the sun is in the eclipse. The sun is in Virgo in this eclipse. Mercury, sun, and south node representing your past and where your karmic past, things that maybe you are leaving behind to go to greener pastures. You have all of these things. This occurred in your house that is the 10th house of your standing. And having been born with sun in Leo, you have a natural screen presence. You could be a stage actor. Talking about stage actors, you have the sun and Venus in there, and you're a natural in this area. And so you are kind of leaving the interest in fame and fortune, and going more into the inner self and your inner tight circle of family and close friends. So you have had a lot going on and a lot of work in the public sphere, and you need to kind of retire some from that and focus your energy on your spiritual things in the Pisces area. And this is true for a lot of people, because this eclipse happened for everybody in that spot. And this is the fall of public leaders. So, all right. So we're going to go on to the next person.
I have to interrupt.
Yes, go ahead.
Have you been setting your alarm?
No.
Oh,
I have it right here. There we go. I set it right now. I set it. Well, I went a little longer because there's like three or four people have the same influence. So that the other people, So there's
no, that's fine. I just wanted to make that Leanne isn't even here tonight. I hope she.
She's not here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she can watch it on replay.
Who's on the list so I can make a banner for them? Who's on your list?
Okay. Well, we have next up is Maria's Grateful.
Okay.
And then after that, we have Debbie. And after that, we have Hypnicity. And after that, we have Donna O'Brien. And that's it.
Okay. Now I know that Debbie
Okay.
is here. She's in the ER right this minute, but she is going to be
Debbie is in the ER.
this minute. So it'll be interesting to have hers
Oh
read.
boy.
Prayers all over
Okay.
her. And
Uh-oh.
okay, so I'm out of here. The next one is Maria.
So we're going to go to Maria is Grateful. And she also is one of the people who had the same things that we were just talking about, 4th house to 10th house. And her 4th house to 10th house is like right smack in the middle. And look at this. She has her Virgo in 14 degrees when she was born, Uranus sitting right exactly on the exact Uranus and Pluto conjunct have their midpoint in the exact spot where the eclipse is. So I'm surprised it's not Maria in the emergency room, because that is really a big deal. Mars, Uranus, and Pluto. Girl, I hope you're watching your blood pressure, because if you are worrying a lot, as all Virgos do, and you have Mars, Uranus, and Pluto there, that's okay. That was we're right on track. We're right on track. So you have Mars, Uranus, and Pluto right where the eclipse occurred. Wow. So these things, this is what you're leaving, the past. So some problems of a physical type, these problems that are shown here are very bad, very big problems in health that you've had for years and years and years and years. You have a chance to be healed, Maria. And there's something that's missing on this chart, because this particular wheel wouldn't show it, and it's missing. But I want you to know that you have Chiron in Pisces at 15 degrees. Chiron is the wounded healer. You, dear heart, are a natural healer, and you also need healing. And the symbol of Chiron is through healing others, you heal yourself. And it is in 15 degrees of Pisces in your natal chart, exactly where the moon was in the eclipse. This is a sign that you need to investigate something like Reiki, because then you need to use your hands. Gemini ascendant, you need your hands, and Mercury need to go help the flow of energy out. So you need to use your hands. So I suggest that you really look into Reiki. We know a couple of people that do Reiki, and maybe Debra and I can give you some references. There are also things on YouTube that are available, but you can do distance healing and you can use your hands on yourself. But this is a number one priority, and you're going to find amazing results for yourself and amazing results for the gifts that you have to give other people, sweetie. You really have a gift. That was the time. So we did it. That was the timer. You have the moon in Gemini rising and the north node in Gemini rising. This is showing you have the power in your hands to heal. There's 3 or 4 indications in this chart of a major healing ability. Many of you people in this class have that, but this is extreme, Maria. So that is my recommendation to you. Now we're going to go to Debbie, and we're gonna set the timer. Debbie is also a 10-4 person, and here's Debbie's chart. Debbie is window number 9. I got this all set up. Okay. Whoa, how come it's not? I didn't get the information cleared off. I apologize for that. I thought I did them all. Somehow that one didn't get cropped in. So I apologize, Debbie. I hope that you're okay with this. So you are another 10-4 person, and you have Virgo with the sun, and you have Pisces with the moon up at the top. So this is showing that, and your Uranus is in the 12th house. You've got to change. You've got very drastic, radical revolution in your intuition and in your spirit guides communicating through you. My suggestion to you is automatic writing. I don't know if you've ever tried that or if you do journaling, but a very simple thing, and this is good for everybody. In the morning, when you first wake up, you have something to write on, and you ask your guides, call on your guides and say, team, spirit team, if you know any names, okay, but call the spirit team. They're waiting for you to ask and say, what do I need to know today? And have your pen ready and just write down what pops into your mind. It will develop, and you will develop your gift because you have a big gift in this area. And again, just like with the other people who have this 10-4 thing, you have a lot of anxiety. Your sun and your Mars at birth and Venus are all there in Virgo, and they're all sitting on that eclipse. Your Venus is in 15 degrees. Your sun is in 13. The eclipse occurred right there in your 4th house. So your family is just causing anxiety and problems and just terrible conflict, and it's causing you stress. So you need to let that go. Easier said than done, but that's how we look at the fourth house, 10th house axis. We call that an axis. All right, we are not going to have anybody for the 5th house because that's the one house that didn't get we don't have anybody there. But if any of you are here and have a 5th house eclipse, the 5th house is the house of pleasure. That's probably why the eclipse isn't. We got people that are having trouble. and if you got the eclipse in the pleasure area, you might be doing just fine because pleasure and friendships in the 11th house are the opposite things. And the 5th house is pleasure. It's also creativity in any way, like offspring could be physical children or it could be artistic creations. So physical children, your physical progenitor, is that the proper word? Anyway, your kids and your artistic creations also can be sexual things, projection of the self into the world. In other words, artistic creations, displays, speculation, some love affairs, games, amusement, recreation.
Wait. This is for people who are looking at home on their chart and
chart, and they're seeing that they have Pisces and Virgo in the 5th and 11th house. If you have it there, that's what's going on.
Home. Okay.
If you folks that are watching at home have Pisces and Virgo in the 5th and 11th house, this is for you, give you a good excuse to go out and have a wonderful fling. No, I don't. So I'm kind of kidding there, but it's brain children, recreations, hobbies, talents, pleasures, and everybody needs to give some attention to that, because things that you enjoy really do send you on help you find your true path in life. Okay, so now we're going to go to the 6th and 12th house, and we have 2 people that we're going to talk about for the 6th and 12th. The 6th house is work and health. This is the natural place for Virgo, the natural home for Virgo. So work, if you're like a nurse or in the service industry in any way where you're serving others, and it's work in terms of a job more than a fantastic career, and it is also your health. 6th house is a field of service, employment and employees, duties, practical responsibilities, mundane tasks, daily work, servants and dependents, housewives, pets and small animals are ruled by the 6th house. Diet, that's a health concern, sickness and health, hygiene, sanitation. Now the 12th house is something that we've been talking about. This is a house of Pisces. So these are the natural occurring things in this eclipse. Pisces rules the subconscious mind. And the 12th house matters are the house of drawn shades, the field of unseen causes, hidden things, karmic liabilities, behind the scenes maneuvering, sacrificial service, repressions, like mafia things, hidden things are there.
Mafia.
Neuroses, yeah, mafia things, yeah.
Mafia thing.
Yeah.
So this
That's
is
what
for,
I'm talking about. That's what
wait,
I'm talking about.
wait. This
Yeah.
is for people who are looking at their chart and see what?
If your chart has Pisces or Virgo in the 12th and 6th house,
12th and
this
6th.
is where you have it. So
Awesome.
Pisces and Virgo, this is the 12th and 6th house. And the 12th house is
Mafia.
for all of us. It is the subconscious, the intuition, and it is also repressions, sacrifice, being in jail, deception, secrets, treachery, hidden enemies, prisons, asylums, hospitals. In other words, this is Donald Trump's natural house. No, occultism. This is hidden things. Okay, so that is if your eclipse is in those houses, you're going to have these situations. Like the first person we're going to talk about is hypnicity. And this is Hypnicity's chart, and you can see where it is. For her, it's so close to the ascendant and descendant. She's almost through the 12th house and through the first house. Though she's been dealing with these issues, it's not a new thing because she's already been working on this for a bit of time. And she has Pluto in the 12th house, so she is a real mediumship. And she had Mercury in this eclipse and the sun right on top of that Pluto. So an activation of her mediumship ability. And the moon in Pisces activated her south node. She has karma. She's been a medium in past lives. No doubt about it. I would say that for sure. She has the talent, and it's something that she's natural born. So hypnicity, you have that, and you have Saturn and Neptune in the 7th house. This means that you have some people around you that are not really. You got that low down dirty daddy. What is it that you say, Deborah? What's your phrase? The low down dirty cheating daddy.
Cheating daddy.
Your low down cheating daddy. You might have something of that, or kids that are lying to you. I've had that. Man, that's a problem. They look you right in the face and say it one way. And if you love them, you might want to believe it. But there's some things that are coming crashing down in the 12th, in that area of relationship and communication. Now your Uranus is in the 9th house, so you're really studying maybe Zen or some philosophical ideas. I don't know what type, yoga or Zen, or I don't think you're a law student, but some kind of changes in this area that are very good for you in your nervous system. Maybe Tai Chi or something that you're doing. And so this eclipse is definitely changing your sense of identity because it's so close to your ascendant, which is yourself and your identity. And you will have some changes in the health area in the positive, because this is heading out of the house of health. So your house of health is going to have some clearing in the health area for hypnicity. And we're going now to the very last chart, which is Donna. She also has the 12th house and the 6th house. So the same things that we have been talking about are true for her, but she's got more happening in the 12th house with Saturn and Neptune there also. So you have some transits occurring of these. This is the big transit of the year. You are reinventing your spiritual life and your contact with your spirit guides and the path. All these things are unfolding for you in a big way. You, however, do have some health issues here that need addressing, and you need to do some get in contact with the other healers here, and you can have little group sessions of groups healing. Well, we need to talk about this for the group because we have some natural healers here, and we could have some little sessions designed for these things, because you have some issues in health that need addressing, and they are coming from anxiety and worry. Why I keep repeating that, because this is a an eclipse in Virgo, which is anxiety, worrying, needing to have everything tidy, all your ducks in a row. And you've been having a very painful, bumpy road in relationships with Uranus in the second, and sudden changes that were very unsettling in the romantic areas. And you've been doing a lot of self-sacrifice. You're overworked and tireless, big sense of duty and feeling trapped, but you are a free thinker, an original free spirit. So don't be afraid to blaze new trails, because you're very passionate, and you might be able to hook up with the right person that doesn't take advantage of you and gives you free reign to be untethered and not stifled, because you've been being stifled in relationships in the past, and it's time to break free. And there we have it. Did I come in under the wire? I kept.
Of course. Of course. How did
How did I
everyone
really do? Okay.
new idea of fun? Let me just fix
So
this.
this procedure that we did of the eclipse happens with all your transits. You want to look, where is Saturn? Where is Uranus? Those are the big ones that are marking big changes. The moon is showing things that are ephemeral. Don't worry about it. It'll be gone in a couple of days. It's not lasting. So you could use this procedure for all the transits of the outer planets, and all the outer planets are going retrograde. They've all been moving forward for a while there, and they all changed sign, and now they're going back. You know what that is? We got cleanup on aisle 5. We got into such a rut, and everything went south, went to hell. We got a chance to redo it. It's going to fall.
Was that Donna Ortiz or O'Brien?
Excuse me. Or that was Donna. Or the last person was Donna O'Brien. We had the other Donna before.
Yeah, Donna Ortiz.
This was O'Brien. They're all Donna O. They're all Donna O. We have an Ortiz and we have an O'Brien. The last one was O'Brien.
So Donna Ortiz has been waiting Ortiz has been waiting all this time for, because I told her she was next. I kept saying, you're on the list, and I'm so sorry, Donna Ortiz, that happened. So do you want to do this next week too? I'm glad you have a sense of humor. I'm sad.
Did I screw up?
No, you didn't.
I had 10 people.
I'll take it. I'll take that, because I didn't think to ask you which Donna.
Did I screw up? Did I miss somebody? Did I miss Donna Ortiz? Did I miss her? Did I do it? I didn't do you, Donna? Really? Oh no. Oh my God.
That's no problem.
I tried so hard. I told Debra, I said I got so confused with some people that use a screen name, and I didn't know who they were and what their charts were under and how to list them. And I was looking through. I did that. Oh wow. I thought, and I did her chart. I have notes about it right here. Donna Ortiz. There it is. She's at 11.5 and just entered the 11th. So listen, Donna, tell you what, I will make up for you. Let's you and I talk together. I will give you can I call you? Give me your phone number. You're in 11.5 and it's very near your midheaven, and Uranus in the 12th. So you are in another 11.5. You're in 11.5, and that's the one I said there wasn't anyone there with. Okay, there you are.
Oh, good. So
email. I have your chart. Yeah, I'll talk to you on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you get a bonus because you can ask me questions. I'll give you extra time for that. I really, I worked so hard on this. You can't believe how much time.
I know.
I just can't believe I screwed it up. It was the Donna O. It's confusing because I had Donna O. and I thought I had everything covered. I did it. I have your chart. I know what it is. So I thought I had it in there. We'll talk.
So go ahead and Donna Ortiz.
Yeah, Donna. Yeah, send me your phone number and I'll call you.
Yeah, and jibber jabber about it. That's great. Now, Debbie, I actually had banners except for the first one, which was Venus, but I had your name on a banner during your reading. So no, you didn't miss anything. It's there. It's just you came late to the party. And so you'll have to catch up. But you were,
There's the list you sent me, and I checked it off. I sent her stuff, and I just screwed up on the Donna O part. Got confused.
no, it's fine. It's great. She goes via email.
Maybe it'll work out better for you. It'll work better for you because you get to ask. You get more time, and you can ask me a question to make up for it. Please forgive me. Oh my gosh.
We've got she says, please, it's okay. Oh, sweet. She's going to
Not okay. Not okay. I thought I
Oh,
had it. I checked you off. See, I put a green thing. I did it. That means I did the chart for the screen, but
oh.
I think I got the Donna O confused because I checked it off.
She's
Oh yeah, but
Maria.
you got your stuff in the mail, right? You got your stuff in the mail.
I'm
You got
sorry, my parrot is being bad. So Maria says we're very grateful. That's so sweet.
Maria says we're very grateful. Maria is grateful.
Really appreciate.
Maria is grateful.
Maria is grateful. Says we really appreciate you, Lalit.
Thank you.
And
Donna, you got your stuff in the mail. Did you send me a little comment? You got their email with your package.
Okay. Donna O'Brien says thank you. That's awesome. And there was a few starred people. Rose says thank you. Venus says thank you. Maria is grateful. She says, I find Lalit to be scary accurate. Venus, thank you. And, and Cynthia said thank you.
I always pray to the guides to say that I will say the thing you need to hear for your highest good. Because there are many ways to say things. I try. I listen. I blurt it out. Anyway.
93.
I want everybody to put this to practice because you can. I'll each week when I say, "Oh, Saturn has gone backwards now," and then look at that in your chart and see where is that and how could that be affecting me. Knowing what you know now, it'll give you and then you can see how your chart works in real time.
The celebrities in the news. So, the Orange Man was born on an eclipse.
He was born on an eclipse. Thank you. I meant to say that. And then we have Charlie Kirk. In this eclipse, we had a Mars Saturn square, which is tipped explosions or gunfire.
Oh.
So I don't think I didn't want to say that before, but that Mars Saturn thing, and then Mars and Pluto are happening, so it's not over, I'd say.
I did his numbers, Charlie Cook. He is a 28-1. So the one life path is quick thinking, quick acting, a marvelous, like a genius, but first coming in and then first to understand things. So he started this this new way of thinking for young people. And that's exactly what ones do. It's not the type of thinking I would want to teach a young person. But he did that. But the numbers that brought him to a 1 is a 28. So that is learning how to be in relationships. Apparently, he needed to be in relationships where he was the only one leading the one. So that's where you can grow into your lessons. And when you're doing, he was a young man, so he wasn't fully dealing with all that. He had the 2, which means needing to learn relationships of all kinds. And he just learned one relationship. And the 8, which is bringing it into into reality and into a tangible thing. But I have a feeling with that 8 that he was preparing, what's in it for me, and I think he was looking at bigger things, right? So anyway, that's I thought that would be interesting. What are we going to do next week?
Well, we've got more eclipses. It's an
More
eclipse season. Yeah, eclipse season. So don't get me started. Tune in next week and you'll find out.
Well, we've got 5 minutes left. I'm going to add this to the stage. Anybody who wants a reading real quick, type in hashtag eclipse right now into. Those of you who typed it in the beginning of the show are still in the running. You don't have to redo it. But those that are here, you want to do # eclipse, and I'll draw, and I'll do a reading. So, okay. Nobody's jumping on that. We'll just draw it now.
And next time, Deborah, I'm going to have to put you in charge of the timer. I just can't do it. I have it right here to set, just to hit the start button. I was spaced out. I get in the zone and I'm not thinking about.
That's the way it is. That's the way I'm the same way.
We'll have to own up to that, and we'll have you have a dinger.
Okay.
So you have to a dinger because I can't do it. I admit it. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's hard to do when you're actually working in this zone. It's really hard. So say Marby won. So I think what I'm going to do, see, when I'm on full display, you can see my grand piano in the background next to the fireplace.
Let me come over.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love that. The chemo. Oh, shoot. So Marby was saying here, she's feeling loved. Oh my gosh. I just said Marby, and he came out general reading. I have no idea what that means, but I love you. The first card out is, this is for Marby. The first card out is Swords, whereas we're talking about your thinking, how you're thinking. And it's, oh, wow, you're on a little bit of a roller coaster, girl, because I've got like the 5 of Pentacles, which means just kind of not feeling like you're doing enough or getting enough or you have enough. And then it goes into the Star card. And so it's this hope that things get better, that type of thing. And that is, and sometimes that feels like sometimes despair. And so the reading that I want to give you from Spirit is this. I got the Hangman reverse, meaning that you might be not pulling away from a situation far enough to see all of it and to think outside the box kind of thing. I also got how you can do that, think outside the box, is through the Empress is here reversed. It's through nature. It's through nature. So you need to go in and play with your garden. And guess who's waiting for you there? The Hierophant. So whatever you're thinking right now, Spirit has said that it goes in and out of despair, saying because you're not thinking outside the box, how you can think outside the box is to go into nature, do anything in nature. You can hold a rock. I don't care what it is, but you need to connect, do some grounding, and that's when they can talk to you with the Hierophant. So I hope that. Oh.
That's good advice for everybody at this time because of that big Virgo Pisces thing. Everybody needs grounding because there's a lot of anxiety and tension in case you hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
Culturally, individually.
So I didn't. Debbie's here. she's the one in the ER listening to us. She's having her blood tested. I bought a house. I hope my house will sell quickly. It's not on the market yet. Well, good for you. You've always wanted to move. I love that proactive stuff. And I hope you feel better. And I hope everyone has a great week coming up. We are in eclipse season, which is nice. And so head down, contact Lalite at Astrology Vibrations, plural, at gmail.com if you have questions about it. Because somebody here, I think it was Maureen, said, I can't make heads nor tails of this. And so,
well, Maureen, you just got your package like yesterday or the day before. You haven't had time to read it.
Well, she said she wanted to print it out for tonight, but her husband
Don't worry. This is information is good. It'll last. It's a process that's always true. So you can learn from it. Go take your time and read through those things. It's a life study because you're watching your astrology wheel at work. It always evolves. It's not static because your transits and your progressions are always moving. And you'll observe that movement in cycles, and you'll say, oh gosh, that happened to me 7 years ago in the same spot. I know what had happened then. I know what to do now, not to make the same mistake.
Awesome. Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And we've got people bowing out for the next, whoever's on next. And we love you. Thank you so much for the support. And we'll see you next week. And stay safe.
Peace out. Peace out.